Hello, and welcome to the AgriBusiness Global Report. My name is Sarah Wett, and I'm the editor of AgriBusiness Global. Today, I'll be talking with Jim DeLisi, chief of Fanwood Chemical, about tariffs, specifically the revised Indian Russian Oil Tariff, and the potential for the U.S. to implement tariffs on countries trading with Iran. Jim, thanks so much for joining me today. Getting started here, can you talk to me about the revised Indian Russian Oil Tariff? When that revision was made, what it entails, and what it means for the industry?
Sure. Thanks for having me again, Sarah. First, we need to acknowledge that it's February 13th at 10 o'clock in the morning. The president put on an executive order removing the 25% Russia oil tariff levy on India. There was no pre-warning. In fact, running up to that time, it was pretty clear that Mr. Modi, Prime Minister of India, had not absolutely certified that India would stop buying Russian oil, and the Trump administration had not certified that had happened. So there was a great deal of surprise when last Friday night that tariff was lifted. The other piece of India that's been very, very confusing is when Mr. Modi and Mr. Trump met in the White House about two and a half weeks ago. They discussed reducing the reciprocity tariff from 25% to 18%. And there's a lot of reporting out there that says the 18% will be a total, as is the case in the EU, where the reciprocity and the base tariffs are totaled. That is not finalized. The 18% has not been ensconced in either an executive order or a Federal Register notice, nor has the finalization of whether the base tariffs remain. My guess is that it will be 18% plus the base tariff, but until we see actual documentation, you can't go on that. And everybody that's listening to this is reminded that Truth Social is not the Federal Register, nor is it an executive order. Things that the president discussed on his social media account need to be converted into one of those two forms before Customs considers it an order on Customs to change their practices. And Customs doesn't change anything until they've got a firm order, legal and binding. So just be careful, be patient. I suspect that over the next week to 10 days, maybe 3 weeks, that the 18% will come into effect. And then we could see the details as to how it's to be implemented. But it's been a real roller coaster ride, and will continue to be.
Okay, and I understand there's the potential for the U.S. to implement tariffs for countries trading with Iran. Can you talk to me about what that would look like and when that might go into effect?
The executive order to allow that to happen was signed about a week ago. The key words in that executive order are may. The order imposes a system that allows the U.S. to impose additional tariffs on imports from any country that directly or indirectly purchases, imports, or otherwise acquires any goods or services from Iran. That's directly from the executive order. So it's a system that allows. The system has not yet been determined or defined. And there's no list of countries, there's no list of products. So at this point in time, it's an order sitting on the shelf that could be triggered at any moment. I'm getting emails and calls from people that are very, very concerned about this. Frankly, at this point in time, you can't lose any sleep because don't know how it's going to be done, what's going to be done, or when it's going to be done. So until under this order, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Commerce, and the United States Trade Representatives are authorized to take all actions, including issuing rules and guidance. And so until we get rules and guidance, it's impossible to predict what really is going to happen here. But it's just another thing we got to watch.
Definitely. It's definitely something we'll have to keep an eye on, and it'll be interesting how it all shakes out. Well, thank you so much, Jim, again, for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for joining for this segment of the AgriBusiness Global Report. I'm your host, Sarah Webb. Be sure to tune in next time for more updates from around the industry.